Hi everyone, LuLaRoe Alex Silverman here. A lot of folks have asked after my last video, what is my why? So I figured I'd take a few minutes and talk to you about what my why is, and hopefully that will encourage you and help you discover what your why is. So a lot of what my why has to do with this teeny tiny little picture. Not sure if you can see it. A lot of folks have seen it on my Instagram account or Facebook account, but this little baby here, K82762, that's me. A lot of people know that I'm adopted, but they don't know the story behind my adoption, and so a small piece of that story is that in February of 1982, I was left at the police station in the middle of winter in a town on the East Sea of Korea, South Korea. And so I was left there and taken into the foster care system. But for me, it is so much more than that. It is the fact that, I'm a big believer in that God has a plan for all of us, that God has a plan for me, He has a plan for you. There's this very specific plan out there, and Jeremiah 29:11 is one of my favorite verses of all time, and has constantly reminded me that I have a purpose. There is a reason why Alex Silverman is still here today, that God watched over me and protected me when I was that little tiny baby, just out there in the cold on the East Sea. If any of you live on the east of the United States, you know that living close to the ocean in the middle of winter gets very, very cold, especially when you live as far north as where South Korea is on the map. So there's a purpose. There's a reason why I survived. There's a reason why somebody came out and picked me up and put me into the system, and my lovely parents here in the Midwest adopted me, and I came to them and lived a pretty awesome life and have been blessed ever since. So there's a reason why. And so for me, life was going through all of the necessary steps, the motions. You grow up, you get good grades, you go to college, you get married, you have kids, you buy a house, you get some dogs. That's what you're supposed to do. But for me, I knew that there was a much bigger purpose. And that purpose is ever evolving and changing as I continue to grow and move forward in my journey. And so for me, what my why is right now is the reason why I get up in the morning, the reason why I am just excited to do what I do and have the passion that I have that I'm able to share with you, is that my why is to encourage and bless others, and that those small acts will ultimately change the world. It will have a ripple effect. So when I was a kid, and I still do to this day, it's been an innate part of who I am that I've discovered during this process of working with LuLaRoe. I have always been a giver. For me, giving is that's part of my personality, that's part of my DNA. And so when I was younger, I would always be the kid in class that would encourage the other kids that they could do it. You're going to be awesome. This is amazing. Great job. And even when, I went to college, I had a group of friends that went to another school, and I would stay up all night making these little care packages of encouragement and encouraging things that I knew would bring them some happiness and joy, and send them off in the mail to them all over the United States, just so that they would be encouraged. And I do this not in order to receive something back, but it's just part of who I am. That is my purpose, to give and to encourage others. And so my belief is that by doing these small acts, whether it's just something as simple as smiling at the person at IKEA that's standing there welcoming you, or saying thank you to the checkout girl at the grocery store, and really meaning it and looking her in the eyes and saying thank you so much for what you do. Hopefully by those small acts, or just being there for friends. A lot of times, I've got a friend who's going through a rough time, and just being there, that's a small act of encouragement And that's a blessing that I'm able to give to them in their time of need. Or giving freely the things that I have, that are able to bless somebody else's life. I do that in hopes that it will be a pay it forward. It will be a ripple effect. So because I was able to do that and help a woman feel beautiful about herself in her LuLaRoe leggings or Carly dress, which the Carly dress is amazing, y'all, that by doing that, she is able to go and turn around and pay it forward to somebody else. Whether with that smile, the next person that she encounters, because she has that confidence and she has that joy. And I believe that blessing and encouraging others is contagious. Our world is so full of negativity and bad things happening. It's just, we are bombarded by the media and by society in terms of, this is happening and this is happening. And these are all things that are just so negative. But we still have so much beauty and so much goodness in the world. And I want people to know that they're a part of that and they can do something so much greater than themselves and cause the world to change. Whether it started with a pair of crazy leggings that I was able to share with them, or, it was just by saying thank you and really meaning it. So as a mother of two girls, I'm very protective. And I know that there's a lot of bad, negative things in the world that are out there and that affect my girls and the way that they view things. And so as a mother, I want them to know, one, that they can choose to see the goodness and see the joy and see the beauty that we still have in this world, and not focus on the negativity and the bad things that happen. Two, to also know that they, as small people and as they grow up, they are able to change the world by blessing and encouraging others, by taking that small nanosecond to smile at somebody, to show them kindness, that action that they do right now will change somebody's life, and it will change somebody else's life because it changed that person's life. So that is why I do what I do. That's why I get up in the morning, and that's why I am so extremely passionate about life and about you and about what is out there. So I hope this has blessed and encouraged your life today, and go and change the world. Thank you.